Good afternoon, children. Welcome to AIM Seniors online classes. This is biology session. We are discussing human health and diseases. This is part 6. As usual, before going to the actual topic, let us recapitulate. What is immunity? And immunity is also called resistance. Resistance against disease causing germs. Okay, the immunity is the ability of an organism to recognize the foreign particles and to immobilize or to mobilize the cells or cell products to speedily remove those foreign particles. Okay, so in simple terms, immunity provides resistance against the disease causing germs. So this immunity is present in our body. It is of two types: innate immunity and acquired immunity. Innate immunity means the immunity which is born, the immunity which we got by birth. Innate immunity is inherited by the organism from the parents and protects it from birth throughout life. This immunity is by virtue of genetic constitutional makeup. Okay, next, acquired immunity. This acquired immunity is developed by an animal in response to a disease caused by infection of microbes. Okay, so this acquired immunity is a specific and is mediated by antibodies or lymphoid cells or both, which make the antigens inactive or harmless. So acquired immunity is of two types. One is active immunity and passive immunity. What is active immunity? The body's own cells produce antibodies in response to an infection. It is active immunity. Then passive immunity. The antibodies produced in other organisms are injected into a person to counteract antigen. That is called passive immunity. So active immunity takes time to form antibodies, whereas passive immunity, antibodies are directly injected, which provides an immediate cure. Whereas active immunity is harmless, natural, whereas passive immunity may create problems. Active immunity is a long lasting protection, whereas passive immunity is a short lived, offers no protection against subsequent infections. So best example for passive immunity, the vaccines which we take: BCG, triple antigen vaccine, okay, polio, Salk vaccines, okay, all these vaccines. So the kinds of immunity, how many types? Innate immunity, acquired immunity. So this acquired immunity is of active immunity and passive immunity. Active immunity is also two types, further divided into natural immunity and artificial immunity. Okay, so natural active immunity means, for example, certain diseases like chicken pox, once it occur, lifelong immunity against that disease we develop. But artificial active immunity means when the antigen is introduced artificially, as in the vaccinations like polio and measles vaccine, lifelong it will be. Whereas passive immunity, again it is also two types: natural passive immunity and artificial passive immunity. Natural acquired passive immunity, artificial acquired passive immunity. Natural acquired passive immunity, when ready-made antibodies of mother reach the developing fetus through placenta inside the mother womb, so naturally the antibodies goes inside. the developing fetus. So that is called natural acquired passive immunity. Whereas artificial acquired passive immunity, antibodies produced in the blood of horse or other animals by repeatedly injecting them with gradually stronger doses of the germ culture. For example, antibodies against the tetanus and diphtheria are cultured in horses and later injected into the human beings. So this immunity, inoculation, vaccination, the father of immunity, who is that? Edward Jenner used the term vaccine and vaccination for protective inoculation. Okay children, so let us proceed. We are discussing the deficiency diseases. So non-communicable diseases, under that the seventh one, we are discussing about the disorders related to cardiovascular problems, means heart problems. The seventh one, stroke, cerebrovascular accident or CVA. It is called stroke, brain stroke. It is the brain damage due to the stoppage of blood to a part caused by clot formation in an artery supplying blood to the cerebral hemispheres of brain, or rupturing of an artery due to weakening of its wall and hypertension, high blood pressure. Sustained contraction or spasm of an artery. Okay, means the blood vessel remain contracted for long time. The affected brain part does not receive oxygen and nutrients, resulting in the damage of the nerve cells and their defunctioning. So such a stroke leads to paralysis, loss of consciousness, loss of speech, hearing, or loss of memory, and sometimes coma and death. So this is called brain hemorrhage, brain stroke. Okay, so due to high blood pressure. Next, deficiency disease, vitamin deficiency disease, the most important. Generally the vitamin deficiency does not occur if the balanced diet is taken. So if the balanced diet is neglected, it will lead to deficiency diseases. The first one, thiamine deficiency, vitamin B1 deficiency. So this was first discovered member of vitamin B group, vitamin B complex group, and is called as vitamin B1. The chemical name is thiamine. It is clinically called anurin or anti-beriberi vitamin based on its function, because it prevents the neuritis and beriberi. So that's why vitamin B1 is also called anurin or anti-beriberi vitamin. Okay, the deficiency of this vitamin thiamine leads to a disease called beriberi and weakness of nerves and muscles. Prolonged deficiency may cause paralysis of limbs, blindness and deafness. In extreme cases, death may occur due to cardiorespiratory failure, heart failure or lungs failure. Next, vitamin B2, riboflavin. So these deficiency disease can be recovered by compensating that diet which contain that particular nutrient. Okay, generally B vitamin is present in the sprouted seeds, whole grains, and liver, meat, kidneys, okay, eggs, milk, leafy vegetables and fresh fruits. So they must be included. Okay, vitamin B1 is richly present in the husk of rice. When the rice is repeatedly washed, the deficiency occur. Okay, now riboflavin, it's the second B complex vitamin. Vitamin B2, riboflavin as one of the water soluble vitamins and is commonly known as vitamin B2. It is a ribose sugar containing flavin compound. Deficiency symptoms in general, deficiency of riboflavin alone do not occur because this vitamin is present in most natural foodstuffs. Often it is associated with the deficiency of other vitamins. Riboflavin deficiency can be experimentally produced by feeding artificially prepared riboflavin free diet. Okay, so the symptoms include seborrheic dermatitis, chelosis, glossitis. The deficiency of vitamin B2 causes glossitis, cracking of the corners of the lips, or sores formed in the inside mouth or the sides of the tongue, and corneal vascularization with itching eyes, and photophobia, means fear of light, may be the deficiency symptoms of vitamin B2. Okay, so chelosis, glossitis, skin disease, dermatitis. Okay, photophobia means fear of light, bright light. So these are all the symptoms of vitamin B2. Then vitamin B3, that is niacin or nicotinic acid, the chemical name of vitamin B3. So this is another water soluble vitamin. It was originally known as pellagra preventing vitamin, or PP factor in short. Chemically it was isolated as nicotinic acid, and its active form, an amide, was called nicotinamide. Okay, all vitamins are proteins and all proteins are amino acids. So nicotinamide. Deficiency symptoms of niacin. In man, the deficiency of niacin produces the disease called pellagra, with the symptoms dermatitis, that is a skin disease with red, itchy, dry, thickened, pigmented and desquamated skin. Okay, the first symptom is dermatitis, skin disease. The next, glossitis, with red, swollen and inflated tongue. And the next, diarrhea with anorexia, means motions, vomitings and loss of weight, and dementia. Okay, 3 Ds: dermatitis, diarrhea, dementia. So dementia with irritability and anxiety and mental fatigue. These are the symptoms of niacin or nicotinic acid deficiency. Next, vitamin B6, pyridoxine. It is also known as it is also one of the water soluble vitamin and is now commonly known as vitamin B6. It is an active in two forms: pyridoxal phosphate and pyridoxamine phosphate. Since this vitamin occurs in nature in the three above mentioned forms, that is pyridoxine, pyridoxal phosphate and pyridoxalamine phosphate, so having similar biological effects, each of them is called vitamin B6. Deficiency is very rare because it is present in many food materials containing other vitamins. So therefore vitamin deficiency of pyridoxine is often associated with deficiency of other vitamins too. Okay. Next, pantothenic acid. The name pantothenic acid was given to this another of the water soluble vitamins because of its widespread distribution. Deficiency symptoms. Pantothenic acid is very rare because it is present in most of the foodstuffs and synthesized in the intestine by bacteria. Biotin. Biotin is one other water soluble vitamin. Was also named as vitamin H or anti egg white injury factor. Deficiency of biotin may occur due to antibiotic therapy that kills the intestinal bacteria, or presence of excess raw egg white in the diet because it contains a protein avidin, which is anti-vitamin of biotin. Okay. Then cyanocobalamin, it is vitamin B12. This is a water soluble vitamin, was termed as anti-pernicious anemia factor or vitamin B12. It is a compound of cobalt and is called cobalamine. Okay, cyanocobalamin. Deficiency, pernicious or megaloblastic or macrocytic anemia and disorders of nervous system including demyelination and degeneration of nerves, loss of sensation and even paralysis are the symptoms of this cyanocobalamin. Folic acid. Next, from the Latin word folium, the name of folic acid was derived, which means leaf, because it was first obtained from spinach leaf and it was found to be widely distributed in green leaves. The symptom is folic acid deficiency is produced by drugs killing the intestinal microflora or folic acid antagonists, that is aminopterin. Okay, the main symptoms of folic acid deficiency are megaloblastic or macrocytic or pernicious anemia or leukopenia. Okay. So ascorbic acid is vitamin C. It is clinically called anti-ascorbic vitamin since it prevents the disease called scurvy. Chemically, it is an acid called ascorbic acid. Its oxidized form, dehydroascorbic acid, is also biologically active as vitamin C. Symptoms of deficiency: failure of wound healing, fragility of capillaries and tendency of hemorrhage, defective formation and loosening of teeth association. The disease associated with the teeth with spongy and bleeding gums. The skeletal weakness and fragility of bones is also another symptom. Anemia due to hemorrhage and impaired absorption of iron. It is also due to vitamin C deficiency. Skin rashes also occur. Next, vitamin A, chemically called retinol. It occurs in two forms, oxidized and reduced. The reduced form is called retinol 1 and the oxidized form is called retinol 2 or dehydroretinol. The deficiency symptoms: night blindness is one of the most important and early detectable symptom of vitamin A deficiency. If the deficiency is prolonged, this may finally lead to complete blindness. Another early detectable symptom of the fat soluble vitamins, vitamin A deficiency, is the dryness and roughness of skin, particularly in the sides and back of the thighs and lateral parts of the forearms, and that look like the toad skin. Next, vitamin D, calciferol. It is one of the fat soluble vitamins. Chemically, it is known as sterol, and since it is since in the body it is related mainly with calcium metabolism, it is also called calciferol. There are two types of vitamin D. Those are vitamin D2 and vitamin D3. Deficiency symptoms: deficiency of vitamin D leads to rickets in youngs and osteomalacia in the adults. Vitamin E, tocopherol. So another fat soluble vitamin. Vitamin E is chemically is an alcohol and is called tocopherol. It is also known as anti-sterility vitamin or fertility vitamin clinically. because in its absence the animals fail to reproduce. Its deficiency in males causes sterility and in females abortions. Then last, vitamin K, phylloquinone. Vitamin K is another fat soluble vitamin, is clinically known as coagulation vitamin. Naturally, vitamin K occurs in two forms called vitamin K1 and K2. They are chemically called phylloquinone and farnoquinone respectively. Deficiency symptoms of vitamin K is one of the fat soluble vitamins, leads to the body and abnormally increased coagulation. At the time of the tendency of spontaneous hemorrhage due to a fall in plasma level or prothrombin and other clotting factors. Generally, this vitamin K, it is synthesized in the body by the bacteria, and this vitamin K is called anticoagulation, or it is one of the factor of blood coagulation, blood clotting. Okay, so generally vitamin K deficiency does not occur. So when at the time of surgeries or major surgeries, this vitamin K is artificially given in the form of injection, because it plays a very important role in the coagulation of blood. Okay, so its deficiency may leads to delay in the blood clotting. Okay, so this is about the today's class. Thank you for watching our video. Please subscribe our channel and press the bell icon for receiving latest updates.